Hey, Omnibus Collectors, it's Riley from Population Goes Comics Department, and I'm back with another Omnibus of the Week. I should really start calling these Omnibus of the Bye-Week, because I feel like I do them more often every other week, but I'll get on that. Let's try really hard to make this happen every week. Anyway, my first Omnibus of the Week, back when I first started this channel, was on something that, was there was a movie coming out in theaters at the time, and so I did a talk about the book that that movie was based on, and that was the Captain America by Ed Brubaker Omnibus Volume 1, which had the Winter Soldier storyline, which the Winter Soldier movie was based on. So it's been several months now, and guess what? That movie's out on DVD and Blu-ray now, so pretty cool right here. In honor of that being released on the home media format, toss that on bed over there, I'm gonna do the long-awaited, because I've had several people ask me about it, the long-awaited Omnibus of the Week for Brubaker's second Captain America Omnibus. Death of Captain America Omnibus. Now, first of all, I want to say, yeah, this one's kind of hard to find, pretty expensive on like Amazon and stuff. The cover price was only $65 because it's actually a pretty thin book. It only has issues 25 through 42, which I believe is like 18 issues of material. So it wasn't initially too expensive of a book, but this thing has sold out and is really difficult to come by. And Marvel, as of yet, has not announced any new printings for the first two Brubaker Omnibus volumes. I'm personally expecting that we'll see one at some point in the nearest future, especially considering that they've finally solicited the fourth Brubaker Omnibus, the Trial of Captain America, to be released sometime, I believe, by the end of this year. So hopefully, I'm really keeping my hopes up for y'all who weren't able to pick this up before. Hopefully we will be seeing this book as well as the first omnibus up there to be reprinted. Anyway, Death of Captain America. This spins out of the events of Civil War. Now, spoilers maybe, but this kind of was the headlining news for when it was published. Steve Rogers is killed at the end of Civil War. Now, and obviously, Death of Captain America kind of means that Captain America died. So this book kind of deals with the aftermath of that. We see Steve's death, and then we see everyone trying to put the pieces together as far as what happened and what's going on and what they need to do. And so it's more of what we come to expect from Ed Brubaker and his Captain America writing, the espionage, the kind of spy thriller stuff. And we continue to see Bucky used in here. After the Winter Soldier arc, after he's kind of rehabilitated and he's no longer working as mercenary villain against Cap, he's now a hero, and you see Bucky join with other characters. You see Sharon Carter, you get the Falcon is in here, you get a bunch of the other characters in there, the SHIELD agents, and they're trying to figure out this mystery about what happened to Steve Rogers. Now, it also leads to one of my personal favorite eras of Captain America comics, but the Bucky Cap Era, where Bucky takes on the mantle and starts to wield the shield himself, becoming the new Captain America. And he's got that slick costume that's designed by, trying to find a good image of it, designed by Alex Ross. Yeah. Boom. So yeah, the shiny, really slick-looking costume with the design by Alex Ross, and he's a kind of a different kind of Captain America than Steve was, but he's still maintaining the mantle, and it's a lot of great stuff. So anyway, let's get into looking at the actual book, because I don't want to talk too much about the actual story that happens here, because obviously you'll probably want to read it for yourself. So Dust Jacket, just look at that real quick. The cover is, I think that's for issue 25. Correct me if I'm wrong. Issue 25, where Cap actually dies. This is like the end of Civil War / the aftermath of Civil War. And then on the back, you get that, roll of covers. So you see all 18 of the covers that are within this book. You get a brief, what is that? Beloved comic book hero Captain America is back in action, armed and ready to fight for freedom in the 21st century. ABCnews.com on Bucky Barnes' new Captain America. So just a little blurb about the book itself, and then, this is what it collects, 25 through 42 by Ed Brubaker, and you get the art by Steve Epting, who worked with Brubaker in the last volume, Mike Perkins, and Roberto De La Torre. So most of it's going to be Steve Epting. On the inside, you get the little description of the volume, and then you get the description for each of the little mini author biographies, essentially, for writer and artist and stuff. Spine, Captain America, Death of Captain America Omnibus, all that good stuff. Little image of Bucky Cap on the bottom. Sorry if I'm a little shaky right there. And the book, the hardcover. This is a classic kind of Marvel Omnibus. It's a kind of navy blue. You can't really tell on camera, but it's like a navy blue hardcover with a silver embossed logo right here. Death of Captain America Omnibus, and you get the stuff on the side. And this is pretty standard fare for the earlier Omnibus volumes. Nothing on the back. The book, you can see the pages dip right there to the sewn binding. Nice sewn binding right there. As I said before, it's not too thick. It's only 18 issues. So you wouldn't experience too much gutter loss even if it wasn't sewn binding, even if it had the glued binding, but you see right there that it does really well for itself. It stays open, and there's like no gutter loss there, nothing to worry about. All the artwork by Steve Epting is beautifully reproduced in these oversized pages. Everything looks really beautiful. Artwork is awesome. Just great stuff all the way throughout. I mean, I can show y'all several pages, but I don't want to spoil anything. For those of y'all who haven't read it, Bucky dressed as Cap using a gun. So yeah, a lot of fantastic material throughout the issue, throughout this volume. Then we get to the end of it. I'm trying to flip forward so we can see the supplemental, back matter material. We get some variant cover images for some of the books that are in this volume. Some more variant covers right there. Actually, the unused cover, and director's cut cover, variants by Alex Ross, which I showed earlier to show off Bucky's costume. Some more covers. Talking about when this was published, how it made headlines and everything. Some layouts. And then you get some scripts from Brubaker for, it's like issue 34. So the script goes on for a few pages. And then there's some sketches from Alex Ross for his covers that he did. Some sketches of the concept work that Alex Ross did when he designed the costume. And then there's a little bonus couple pages of story in the back. And then we get the Marvel Encyclopedia entry for Captain America Bucky Barnes. So it's a very solid volume. Thinner than Volume 1, clocking in at only 18 issues. But if you are a fan of Bucky, if you're a fan of Captain America, if you're a fan of Ed Brubaker's run on Captain America, this is definitely something you want to track down. Again, I'm really sorry to say that it is really difficult to come by nowadays because it's so out of print and it's pretty freaking expensive online. But hopefully I'm correct in saying that they should be releasing a new edition of both this one and the first Captain America Omnibus at some point in the nearest future. It just would not make much sense to not see Marvel do that, considering excuse me, considering how popular the run is and that the films are taking a lot of basis from this run in the first place. So, following this one, we also have the third Brubaker Omnibus, which is entitled Captain America Lives, in which we see Steve return. And then I mentioned that the fourth one is going to be coming out, and I think I've said many times on the blog that I'm pretty sure we'll see one final volume collecting the final pieces of Brubaker's Captain America run as a whole. And one last thing, so we could have 5 Titanic omnibus volumes on our shelves collecting Ed Brubaker's entire Captain America epic. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a bit quicker than my usual videos, but it was a thinner book, so there's, you know, not as much for me to flip through and talk about, and the fact that there's not as many artists working within this one as a lot of the other ones that I cover kind of does that as well. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Please like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, check out everything at populationgo.com. Come visit my the Omnibus Collector blog, theomnibuscollector.tumblr.com, where I talk a lot about upcoming books I'd like to see published, and I answer questions from readers and viewers alike. And, you know, keep watching. I appreciate every view I get, and every comment I get, and every like I get. It makes me feel really great, and I really appreciate all of you. So thank you for watching this Omnibus of the Week for Ed Brubaker's Death of